I'm a big YouTuber.
Shotti's transcripts that everybody has been waiting for, the transcripts from his plea hearing are now available. We got them. Let's talk about it. Yeah, what up, y'all? Welcome to Crown TV. I am the Crown Prince, aka Mr. Anti-Goofy. You already know what not to do in my comments. Shout out to the Anti-Goofy gang. We approaching 10,000 strong. We in the building. Now, I want to remind everybody of a few things that I've been saying from the jump. The first thing is that when you are looking to see if somebody is telling, you generally are not looking for that person's paperwork. You are looking for the paperwork of the people he told on. However, in this case, when you are dealing with the plea agreement, there is a bit of an exception, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. The second thing that I've been saying from the jump is that the charges Shotti pled to do not involve other people. And we're going to get to that also as we break down this paperwork. Now, to the first point as to why we make an exception for the plea agreement. We are looking for language. Y'all know if y'all watch this channel, I talk all the time about the language that has been being used at these plea hearings. If you remember at Tekashi's plea hearing, there was all types of language about cooperation, and not only that, Tekashi himself, though not by name, implicated other people in crimes. There is none of that at this plea hearing at all. It is completely free of talk about cooperation or implicating other people in crimes. Now, the first 9 pages of these transcripts that we are skipping over is legal mumbo jumbo. It's the judge explaining the proceedings to Shotti and also his rights. For everybody who does not have these transcripts or does not know how to get them, follow me at The Real Prince on Instagram and then send me your email. I will get you the transcripts. We are skipping to page 10 where Shotti's charges are being explained to him. The judge asks, do you understand that you are charged in count 1 with possessing a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, namely assault with a dangerous weapon in the aid of racketeering? Shotti replies, yes, sir. On page 11, the judge asks, do you understand that in count 2, you are charged with possessing a firearm which was brandished and discharged, and aiding and abetting the same in furtherance of, and also carrying that firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence? Shotti replies again, yes, your honor. Now that brings me back to my second point and what I was saying about Shotti not implicating other people in crimes. His crimes have nothing to do with other people. This is the difference between cooperating and snitching. He is only admitting to possessing a firearm, brandishing a firearm, and shooting a firearm, all of which have only to do with himself. This is in contrast to Tekashi, and I'm only using Tekashi because we're all familiar with it. In Tekashi's case, he had to admit to hiring somebody else. None of this kind of language is found anywhere in these transcripts. Again, the only thing he admitted to were crimes that involve himself. Also, I want to reiterate that there is zero language in these transcripts about cooperating or how Shotti's cooperation is going to help. This is a straightforward plea deal. Now, the rest of page 11 through 23 is basically the judge explaining the sentencing. He's explaining to Shotti what these charges carry. I'm speeding through this because I don't want to bore y'all. Like I said, if you want the transcripts, follow me on Instagram at The Real Prince and send me your email. I will send you a copy of the transcripts. Now, starting on page 23 is the part that I am interested in. This is the part where Shotti has to take the plea in his own words. And it's all about language. I'm looking for language. And this goes from page 23 all the way to page 26, where there is a part where I found interesting. Now, if you watch this channel, you know I don't like this language where people are admitting to being a part of a criminal organization. The reason I don't like it is because I grew up on a mob, and the mob does not take pleas for the simple fact that no one can admit to being a part of a criminal organization. Once you admit that the mob exists, you die, and that's how that works. Here on page 26, Shotti is fighting to not attribute this to the 9 Trey Gangster Bloods and instead attribute it to Treyway Entertainment. Him and the judge go back and forth about this clean through page 29. That's just something that I found particularly amusing because apparently Shotti grew up on mob movies too. From page 29 to 35 is pretty much a wrap-up. There is the judge and the lawyer talking back and forth. There is not much there. Again, y'all, follow me on Instagram at The Real Prince and send me your email address. I will get you a copy of the transcripts. I am not saying that Shotti is not snitching. What I am saying is that everybody who is saying that Shotti is snitching is looking very suspect at this point. This is the point where we need to start asking questions to those people who have been accusing Shotti of snitching. Where is the paperwork? What are you using to accuse this man of snitching? So far, there has been a lot of finger pointing and hearsay with no paperwork. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you are not a goofy. If you are a goofy, you know the rules. It's the Crown Prince. Check this out, y'all.
It is a high school hallway packed with kids. Nothing unusual about that, but full of youngsters on a Friday night at 9 o'clock. Hundreds of kids who don't have to be here. You'd think this would be the last place they'd want to be. But here in Newark, they're in here because of what's out there.
Anything that keeps me off the street, I'll do. Like, besides doing anything wrong, like selling drugs and all that stuff. I'm not into that.
If I come here, I will see, like, friendly faces.
Gun violence, like, out there. They fighting, being shot.
Inside the walls of West Side High, every Friday night until 11 p.m., it's a space free of fear. Within these walls, kids can shoot pool, play video games, hit the hardwood, practice cheers, or even lay down track in a recording studio. Within these walls, they can laugh. It's called the Lights On program, now in its 4th year, and it's open to everyone. Nadia Camacho graduated in 2008.
If it was around back then, I think that we wouldn't have lost so many of my classmates. Like, if we have a class reunion now, a lot of my classmates wouldn't be there.
I haven't lost any more kids to gun violence since we started doing the school year.
Principal Akbar Cook says you can't ignore the results. If you remember him, that's because last summer, Eyewitness News told you about a free laundry room he installed in school. Students bullied because of dirty clothes, resulting in chronic absenteeism. Principal Cook says there's been a 10% increase in daily attendance since.
I was finding out just from being a principal that the kids don't eat during the weekends.
They also serve hot meals to kids on Friday nights. During the summer, they do this 3 nights a week. It's all made possible by donations from the community and alumni. It's kind of amazing what a school can become when people care about kids who just want a chance.